Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you wherever you are. A huge happy Valentine's Day to all of you wherever you are. Now listen, I celebrated Valentine's Day yesterday. It's Sunday morning for me. By the way, welcome to the Watchma'S with Roshan, Melwani, my weekly podcast. I celebrated Valentine's Day yesterday in the most heterosexual manner ever, and it was brilliant, okay? It was absolutely brilliant. I'll talk all about that, right? But firstly, what I want to say is to all homosexuals, transsexuals, bisexuals, whatever sexuals you are, and to everybody past Gen X, that's Gen Y, Millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Gen fuck you, you know what I mean? And then also to the woke people and the liberals and the leftists, you know what I mean? Jesus fucking Christ. Stop shitting on everyone. Stop trying to rewrite history. And if you don't want to fucking be normal, or if your way to be normal is normal, then just go fuck yourself, all right? Here I am today to talk about what Valentine's Day is historically to me as a heterosexual male, okay? And that's pretty much it, and that's all I really give a flying fuck about, you know what I mean? Valentine's Day to me as a heterosexual male. So I went out, I'll produce a video soon. The video's already on TikTok. The video is already on YouTube, okay? It's just a short, you check it out whilst you're watching this, okay? I booked this restaurant. It's an old restaurant, and it's a very cute restaurant because it's over 50 years old, okay? Very, very close by to me. Everybody help me to like and share the live, okay? I haven't written any notes for today, okay? The same thing with last week. I should have notes here somewhere the week before. Yes, I do. Lots of stuff that if I get rammed out of stuff, I can always talk about what I have from before. But anyways, we'll put that aside for now. So I booked a few weeks. So first of all, I wanted to go to a really special restaurant called the Derby, okay? And they were charging $5,000 Hong Kong for the couple, no alcohol included. And $5,000 is $641 US for the couple. It's okay, right? And the place I went to ended up charging me only 1,800 Hong Kong, which was $231 US. I thought it was amazing, but that's not why I went there. The place I wanted to go to is a beautiful place called Derby that I've been before, and I thought it'd be ideal for my Valentine's Day. And it's absolutely stunning. The food is so good. It's not a Michelin-starred restaurant, but it's Michelin-starred service. I'll answer all your questions at the end of the live. So watch the whole live. It's fun and it's interesting, and I will answer all your questions. So, but the kickoff was at 7, right? So they only opened the restaurant at 7. I said, I don't want to go all the way there and be there by 7 o'clock, and then, you know, enjoy dinner, which will be a nice long dinner, and then come all the way back home. I mean, I've got to work the next day, and so I don't waste fucking time and shit. So I thought of this place, and I reached out to them. And remember, I'm a type of person, right? Like, so I get criticized by this a lot by the friend that shed me, okay? But I've admitted this to you guys and stuff. I only want to patron, okay, places that my friends work at, or my friends own, or my customers work at, or my customers own, right? Would love to try every restaurant there is and this and that, but, you know, unless they're willing to roll out the golden carpet for me and treat me that my status deserves, the Cristiano Ronaldo of Hong Kong, okay? Unless they're going to give me C-Ron status, then I'm not going to that restaurant, all right? I need C-Ron status. Now, today I'm going to a brand new restaurant that I've never been to before. They are picking up the tab and they are going to film me and my family, right? And hopefully that reel comes out and stuff. So wherever I go, I need C-Ron status. And if it means that I've got to eat at the same place all the fucking time, always, then great. You know what I mean? My kids, when they go out with their friends, go fuck anywhere they want. You know, I don't give a shit, okay? I've done all this experimenting at a much younger age when I was still very, very successful. And stuff. But now, wherever I go, I need to be a spoiled brat. I need to be treated like King Henry VIII. But I don't act like a spoiled brat, and I don't act like I'm King Henry VIII, but I need the golden carpet. I'll tell you a bit more about that later. So I found this place. I've been to it once before with Saloni, Saria, and Rian. We had a really great lunch there once. I think it was on October 1st. I think it was, after I came back with this, at this reception with John Lee, our chief executive. So I booked this place. And I spoke to the senior manager and the floor manager and stuff, and I don't really need to say much to them because they understand how I am. So I took Saloni to this place, very romantic, right? It's like a little old hut, right? Brick walls and everything and stuff, and decor from 50 years ago, 40 years ago, and photos of celebrities that, you know, came there 40 years ago, 30 years ago, etc., etc. Very, very, very cute. And so forth. I wouldn't go so far as calling it a hole in the wall, but it really does look like a hole in the wall, all right? But it's not hole in the wall service, and it's not Michelin star service at all. It's not Michelin star food at all. It's just good food, and it's good service, and it's very, very friendly. But it was so romantic. So the video's already on YouTube, the video's already on TikTok, the video's already on Snapchat, the video's already on X. So you can watch it while you're watching this and stuff. So I wore a burgundy suit, which has self-design. I made this suit in 2016 for Diwali, so call it October 2016. So this suit is coming up to 10 years old. You know what I mean? That's how incredible this suit is. It's still, it's on the third pants though. 2 pants are already ripped. When you're buying suits, you always need to buy an extra trouser. A lot of people make that mistake and stuff because the trouser is going to be the first to go. My suit is so beautiful, I'm on the third trouser. So me and Saloni had dinner, and it was very, very romantic. But what made it so romantic is that every table was a couple. Every table was a heterosexual couple. Now, I don't mind if every table was a gay couple, trans couple, whatever couple, right? But every table was a couple. And when I've told you that Hong Kong does all festivals big, right? We do Christmas big, Easter big, Thanksgiving big, Chinese New Year big. We also do Valentine's big, and the whole city is lit up, and it's all about Valentine's. It's Valentine's decor everywhere. There's just roses, roses, roses everywhere and stuff. You come to the table, you must watch the video. I don't want to spoil it so much, but anyways, we get to the table. It's cluttered in roses and stuff. We've got the best table in the house, very, very romantic, and so forth. And of course, the greatest treatment. So I made the booking, talking to the guy who runs the place. And then later on, a couple of days before, I spoke to both him and the guy, one below him, in person. They visited me in my shop. They come and were saying, big guy said, that, you know, look, I'm not going to be there. We're working on a pop-up that night somewhere else. I tried to see you at 6, but I doubt it. I said, no problem. And he brought this other guy who I met, and he said, he's going to look after you. And I told him, you know how to look after me? He said, I know how to look after you. Done. Okay. So they really looked after us, and it was ultra romantic. And food was good, and we took the first seating at 6, and the second seating is at 8:15. And outside, right? Each time I went outside, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, right? Closer to 8 o'clock, and then just out. We left by 7:55. We were good, and we left at 7:55. But the line outside for the second seating was huge, and they were serving them complimentary. Roinat, I think it's pronounced Roinat, Danielle will know better, Prosecco, okay? And I thought it was great because the couple's ages varied. So there was nobody in their teens, right? We were the only non-Chinese there, okay? And so there were people in their 20s, 30s, 40s. I doubt I could say 50s, okay? So there were couples in their 20s, couples in their 30s, couples in their 40s. Now, I may have wore a suit, shirtless, and Saloni wore a beautiful dress. We were the most dressed up people. But everybody in their own style was dressed up, okay? So if they were urban, they were wearing really nice urban stuff. If they were like Zara, H&M, Uniqlo, whatever they said, they were wearing really nice stuff of that. If they were brands, you know what I mean? Like whether big brands, whether it's like Balmain or mid-tier brands like Coach and so forth, everybody was dressed up in their own way, okay? So whilst they were not dressed in cocktail suits and cocktail suits and dresses, everybody was dressed up, all right? So I really appreciated that. I really did. And that's why I tell you all the time that I don't know where you're living and what you're saying. And, you know, I don't want to insult customers when they come through the door and they say that nobody's wearing anything this, that. I'm like, it's your culture, okay, that nobody's wearing anything. What's this Feb 26 thing on my screen? Can you guys see it? Suddenly this has popped up on my Instagram. Guys, can you see some number on Insta? Danielle, can you? Lisa, can you? It says Feb 26, 6 a.m. I don't know what the fuck that even means. And I don't know why it's there. So I hope you can't see it. I hope that doesn't come onto the live recording when I download and stuff. So I was really, really happy that everything I've been espousing to you guys. Yes, you can see it. How do I get rid of it? Why is it there? I don't understand. Okay, it's gone. Is it gone now? Let me put up my suit here for you guys from last night. Valentine's Day, and I've got my burgundy Sam's Taylor suit on. These are the only flowers that I'm willing to spring for, but no Valentine's is complete without a gorgeous knockout woman. And I'll have my very own, and I encourage every heterosexual man out there, celebrate your woman always, especially this Valentine's Day. Romantic enough?
Yes, very.
Surprised? Huh?
Petals and everything.
Nice, huh?
I just can't focus. If I don't focus. Can you hear the music in the background? Talk more about that now. What do you like and share the light?
Say go.
Go.
So I have spent, this is my 25th Valentine's with this woman. And to celebrate my 25th Valentine's with this woman, I'm going to give up my dessert and she will have both. Thank you. Nice, huh? So, did you guys see that? I get rid of it. I don't know how the fuck I get rid of it now.
What are you doing? What?
Okay, did you guys, I've never done that before. Were you guys able to see that? Instagram? I mean, people don't answer my fucking questions. That's how I really get upset with you guys. You know what I mean? Really fucking stupid. You know what I mean? With the non-answering of questions and stuff. So anyway, so I was really happy that whatever I've been espousing to you, and did you see the video? Can to somebody, all of you, tell me, did you see the video and talk about it? I like Jewish people. I've made so many videos of the suit making process. So I've been espousing to people that Hong Kong is a place with a massive value set, no matter what you say, right? All the traditional value sets of the West, right? Like Christmas, like Thanksgiving, like Valentine's, right? Are treated very highly in Hong Kong and are taken to the max. I don't know how it is where you are, okay? But here, Christmas, Thanksgiving exists. Christmas is fucking huge, okay? New Year's Eve is fucking huge. Valentine's is fucking huge, okay? All right? And Easter is fucking huge, and I'm only going to talk about the white stuff, okay? I'm not going to talk about the yellow stuff and the brown stuff, right? Because you guys don't know any of that, because white people, I swear to God, you're so uneducated, so unworldly about the other world, right? I mean, you know, Caucasians are completely fucking ethnocentric, and that's pretty much it. But everyone was dressed up in their own way. You could see quality in all the outfits, okay? And that's the main thing. You can see quality in all the outfits, and it really made me happy. And whilst I didn't see any gay couples or trans couples or bi couples or whatever this is, I saw all couples. And I said, yes, thank you God, Valentine's is not dead. And with the line outside for the second seating that just got bigger and bigger was all couples, okay, in the street drinking the Prosecco that they were given. It was wonderful, and everybody was dressed up in their own way, whether it was urban, whether it was the best of Zara, H&M, Uniqlo, whether it was high-tier brands or middle-tier brands, everyone was dressed up, okay? And I really appreciated that. And what I'm telling you always is like how everything in life is, right? If you don't make the most of it, right? Okay, if you shirk things, ignore things, say things are stupid, whatever this, that, and you want to make everything so homogenous and wear your fucking gym shorts and your flip-flops and show your toes to the world, I mean, I don't know, I don't have love for you at all, okay? I don't have hate for anyone. Do I have a disrespect for you? No, but I definitely don't have respect for you, right? Like, We live in different worlds. I live in the world, okay, that was born and developed and progressed forever, okay? I don't live in this now world of weird language, the N-word all the time, these weird words and stuff like finna and riz and trip and cap and no cancel, all that stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I don't live in this world of dressed down, pajama bottoms going out, disgusting clothes, cheap clothes, no makeup, no jewelry, no nothing, no brands. I don't live in that world, okay? And I was always going to shit on that world. I'm going to shit on you if you act like a cheap fucking beggar, okay? Hey Dane, how's it going? I'm going to shit on you if you don't dress up. I'm going to shit on you if you don't value occasions and festivals. I'm going to shit on you if you resign them, all right? Now, I'm going to tell you something about myself first. My first Valentine's Day was when I was 16 years old. And oh my goodness, I went all out. I bought 3 bottles of perfume and stuck a rose, 3 different color roses, a white rose, a pink rose, and a red rose to each bottle and gave it to my date. I had a new Valentine's Day for 1994 and 1995 and 1996. And this was the same girl in 1997 and 1998. So yeah, twice with her in Hong Kong, 94, 95. Thrice with her in New York, Feb 96, Feb 97, Feb 98. Okay, she was my Valentine's Day, all right? And we celebrated. We got all dressed up and we went wherever it was and stuff. And I can't remember what we did when we were in Hong Kong in 94, 95 because we were very, very young. But more than likely, we went to a Valentine's party, all right? And, everybody our age at that time when I was 16, 17, 18 and still in high school, we'd have a Valentine's party where everybody would get together, all us Indians from different schools and stuff. And we'd book a place and, we'd get dressed up as much as we could like our parents, all right? And 2004, did I come to Opia, Dane? I don't remember. But yeah, I think I did. I spent one Valentine's at Opia. I think you're 100% right. Everybody just stay with me, please. I'm begging you, stay with me. Stay till the end. Why leave the live stream? And, we'd get dressed up and we'd celebrate. And people even who were not dating or hiding and dating would still come to the Valentine's parties and stuff. But I always had a date. Well done, Dane. I remember it completely now. I was opening Krug at that time. Bottles and bottles. And I loved your head chef, that Australian guy who used to have that food in like a test tube, shot glass and stuff. Can't remember. I went to see him in Melbourne as well. So in 96, 97, 98, I was in New York. I don't know when we went, okay? In 99, I don't know if I was in London or New York at that time. But I knew I then flew to New York to have a Valentine's Day. And I did the same thing in 2000. I lived in London and I flew to New York to have a Valentine's Day. In 2001 was my first Valentine's Day after a long time in Hong Kong. And I went to a restaurant called Vong at the Mandarin Oriental here. It doesn't exist anymore. And after that, Dane has just said in 2004 that I came to Opia. It doesn't exist anymore and stuff, right? I stopped taking Valentine's Days seriously once I had my children, okay? And I was enamored with my kids only, and they were just babies and stuff, and how we were going to leave them home, and maybe we took them out and whatever. And a big problem for a long time, a big problem with Valentine's Day in Hong Kong, I don't know how it is in your countries, but you could tell me, is that every fucking restaurant has a set menu. There's no a la carte, and I'm not a fan of that, okay? Every fucking restaurant, I hate set menus, okay? I hate degustation menus. Someone says I deserve to be alone because I'm a vain and silly man. Bro, I've been fucking bitches since I was 16, bro. I mean, I'm the Megatron when it comes to fucking bitches. I don't even know what the fuck you're saying. Vain and silly man. How about you say handsome and successful man? How about even if you don't find me attractive, right? I'm a driven man. I'm a successful man. I'm a bold man. I'm a courageous man. I mean, you're talking nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You want to hate on me? You're talking nonsense. I mean, who are you? You're nameless, you're fameless, you're penniless. Okay? Remember that. Don't ever hate on me. You know what I mean? I'll come after you, right? I'm chill otherwise. I've said this to you before, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Especially if you're nameless, fameless, penniless. You know what I'm saying? Don't come after me. So I have a big problem with set menus and stuff. I like a la carte, but Valentine's, New Year's Eve, Christmas Day, every restaurant, okay, is set menu. So that really irked me, and then we couldn't take the babies with us because they're not going to eat a set menu and so forth. It really irked me. And then I don't know, every marriage has its ups and downs, right? And I know one year, I think it was 2019, we went on a double date at Rosewood, Valentine's, with another couple and stuff. And I don't know what we did 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, okay? And, maybe we weren't going through a good time. The kids had all become teens and stuff or whatever it was. But I said to myself that this Valentine's Day, and I'm not saying that we didn't go out Valentine's Day, we went out with kids. We were always with the kids. You've seen my videos. Saturday nights I with the kids. But this Valentine's Day I said to myself, it killed me not to take the kids out. It killed me. It always kills me. It always kills me. I always say I'm going to take Saloni out on her own, but it always kills me when I can't take the kids. And that's why I killed these couples dinners. 2 years now since the last couples dinner I had was when I took the ambassador of the United States for dinner. So that was not this December, it was the last December. And then with actual friends it was the January before. So let's call that a business dinner. For 2 years now, my birthday, right? So more than 2 years I've not gone on a couples dinner. But I said, damn me, I feel so shit about the kids. And then I said, I'm going to take her out. So book this place. I told her, get dressed up. It's not too far. It's not too fancy. But we will dress up. And let's see how it goes. And we had an amazing time. You know what I'm saying? It was great. And we didn't reflect on anything. I don't think there was any reflection. It was just great conversation about current stuff, her family and everything. And it was a conversation about the kids. And we had a great dinner, a lot of talk, a lot of closeness. And we went home and we made love. And it was like, I hadn't made love to her like that for a very, very long time, okay? And I think that was the best sex that I fucking had since May of the previous year, okay? I mean, I'm having a lot of sex, but last night was like a wow, and she knew it and stuff. And it's because I zoned into this mood, this romantic mood, this occasion mood, this lover's mood, and so forth, and I'm, it was just sensational. You know what I mean? I was sweating like a motherfucker. Jesus fucking Christ. You know what I mean? After it. So it was a great night, absolutely great night, and I think it will be a momentous moment always, and it reinforces everything that I'm saying to you now. Don't just take this as what I'm saying. Understand this. Celebration is important. Festivals are important. Getting dressed up is important. Finding a partner is important. Romance is important. Okay? Interaction with people is important. When I was outside and stuff, these two kids, one just graduated from college, one is just in high school, they're brother and sister. Okay? And they were looking for a place to eat, and they tried to get into our place. Our place was fully booked. Okay? But brother and sister, okay, they didn't have dates, but they still went out. Okay, the sister is younger than Saria and older than Rian and stuff. So I was very impressed. And every time we went out, I always like to go out between each course. And, that's why I like Restaurant on the Terrace. But this was an amazing restaurant in the cul-de-sac. The cul-de-sac is full of restaurants. And I took a peek in, other restaurants' windows. It's just packed couples everywhere. So I was so proud of Hong Kongers. And I tell you all the time, right, that there's no condemnation or noses up here at festivals and occasions and stuff. People take this stuff seriously because this is life. You know what I mean? You've got to take your life seriously because you only get one life. So when Christmas comes along, even if you're not fucking Christian, celebrate it. If I knew anything about Rosh Hashanah, Hanukkah, or whatever, I would celebrate. If I knew anything about Eid or anything of this stuff, maybe I'd celebrate. But these people, Jews and Muslims, they closed up. Okay? They don't want to share their culture at all with anybody. Okay? But Christians, right? are the most sharing of their culture. Chinese are the most sharing of their culture. Indians are the most sharing of their culture. All right? But whites, Christians, you know, they're not interested in absorbing other culture. They have very rich culture themselves. Chinese also, they adopt other people's culture and celebrate and so forth, but they'll do it for the white stuff. They'll never do it for the Indian stuff. Indians will adopt any culture and celebrate. Okay? All right? They'll adopt the Chinese culture and the white culture and celebrate and so forth. And Muslims and Jews are so closed up, we already know this. They don't want to share the culture. They think, you know, they are it. And that's basically it. And, you know, don't really give a fuck. We have enough going on. So I'm really proud of Hong Kong. And I'm really proud of Hong Kong. Listen, I keep telling you this. Don't listen to what's the garbage in the Western media. It's utter shit. We have the best of it all. Whatever the West has taught us, and now whatever the East has taught us, Hong Kong, China, it embraces it all. It utilizes it all. And it celebrates it all. And we are classy people. Look, you don't like the way I speak this and whatever. Our nation in general, our culture in general is classy. Not like President Trump, so dirty. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can see how dirty. He's a classless bastard, right? He's a dirty, classless bastard, right? Asian culture is not like that. Doesn't matter what the individuals say. Doesn't matter what a tough guy like me says, right? But Asian culture is very classy culture. It's very gentle culture. Japanese, Koreans, Taiwanese, Chinese, Indians, we are like that and stuff. So I'm very proud, and I'll tell you honestly, you move to Hong Kong, now they're making taxes even lower. The lowest of lows for companies, the lowest of lows for people who want to settle here, and more kickbacks for residents and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to fall into this category and stuff. I think I might next tax season and stuff. But taxes already are so low here. Infrastructure is so amazing. I don't repeat what I've said in this other episodes. But I will reiterate, don't listen to the Western media. I went to this place last night. They're playing all these throwback songs. My wife knows the names of the artists and stuff. I couldn't tell you the names of the artists and stuff. You know, very chill, not really my kind of music, but it goes with the occasion, all romantic stuff. And not, you know, not like fucking, I'm a guy, so I don't know how other way to put it. Not like gay romantic stuff, nice romantic stuff, you know, 90s romantic stuff, 2000s romantic stuff, like proper romantic stuff in our lifestyle. Not some weird fucking romantic shit. That you get from a Christmas movie, right? You know what I mean? Not uber throwback stuff. From like the days of, what is that guy? The Dick something show, okay? Not from that era. So, you know, we are really genuine people here in Asia, okay, who embrace culture and value set from everywhere, that will share the culture and value set with us. The Muslims, the Islamists, they don't. The Jews, they don't. But the Christians and the whites, they share their value sets, they share their culture, and we embrace it, absorb it, learn it, and celebrate it with you guys, and gladly so. And we don't need to be Christians or whites to do that, okay? This is global culture, global marketplace, all right? And even if no whites and tourists are around and stuff, we will still celebrate it. And we did so during the pandemic, and have done so far. Now, I did not see one other color in the restaurant last night, except for Chinese. And in the line outside for the second seating, I did not see one other color except for Chinese. But I live in China, and it's fine, and it's great, okay? And the streets are crowded. And, you know, I succumbed to this. If ever, you know, it's not about can't beat them, join them. You just can't beat them. Everyone's doing a set menu. But this set menu is really good. Set menu is very reasonable. The place was really close by. The place was so romantic. The place was so beautiful and stuff. It just made such a great night. And I just said that, you know, I'm so lucky to have an incredible wife. I'm so lucky. My wife is fucking gorgeous, right? And there's no doubt about that. I don't know if you guys have seen it. And, you know, I'm so lucky that, you know, I left the kids to home. It still broke my heart, but I did this because it was sensational. So that was my Valentine's night. And in general, I think I've spoken about this at Thanksgiving, and I've spoken about this at Christmas, and I've spoken about this at New Year's, and I've spoken about this at birthdays. I'm not the guy that doesn't celebrate, okay? And I'm the guy, honestly, who thinks people who brush it off, I don't care, it's my birthday. I was like, you're a fucking douche. It's your day. You know what I mean? I don't care, it's my birthday. You're a fucking douche. You know what I mean? You're really fucking stupid. Like, how How are you not into your birthday, you fucking dumbass fucking cunt? You understand what I'm saying? This is your own life, right? You know what I mean? You're living your own movie, okay? So nobody's gonna do anything for you, trust me. The older you get, the more you're gonna realize that, right? So better celebrate every which way you can, okay? To ensure that you've lived your life, because it's not coming back. It's really, really, really not coming back. So absolutely wonderful Valentine's. Now, I can't remember all my Valentines. I've touched on some of them, right? So far in this monologue. But I'm going to say to you that I'm going to place this Valentine's as number one. And it was my 25th Valentine's with Saloni. Okay, incredible, right? Maybe 24. I think maybe we were broken up 1 February. No, maybe we got back together. I think we've always, in all our breakups, I think we've always been together in February. Okay, so I'm happy now. This is the kicker, right? A couple of things. So Sari and Rian were home last night. Sari went out Friday night. Serena went out Friday and Saturday night. But, you know, we brought back a beautiful Polaroid that was like gift wrapped in something. And we gave it to Rian because he had a big fight with Serena that afternoon. I will answer all the questions at the end of the live. You have to stay and ask. And I think that we set a great example for the kids, that we got dressed up for Valentine's and stuff. And so when their hormones kick in, as soon as my hormones kicked in, I was like, Valentine's Day, Valentine, you give me mistletoe. If I'm not with a girl, I want to kiss, I want to take every beautiful girl, kiss her under mistletoe. You see how I'm built? Do you understand how I'm educated and how I'm built? I want to kiss every girl under mistletoe. I don't think that's geeky. I don't think that's gay. I don't think that's corny. I think people who think that are douches, okay? And I think it's mainly young people, right? Young people have no class, right? They have no commitment. They have no tradition. They have no value set. And, you know, I am not going to pray to God that doesn't happen to my kids. I'm going to instill this stuff in my kids as best as I can through preaching to them, teaching them, and setting by example, all right? And I really think that guys, can you close the door since you opened it? You mean, what the fuck? I mean, this is what I have to do. The level of class. Do you understand what is low class? This is low class. Can you hear it? Can you hear the level of low classness? This is what you call low class. And it happens every Sunday. You see that, right? Low class, unappreciated. Okay? Bro, you're a fucking beggar, Van Scott. Nameless, fameless, penniless beggar. So we're walking back, and it's almost like a holiday. Everyone is out on the streets and stuff because it's Valentine's, and like obviously some fucking fuckers on the streets and stuff. And you know, whenever I walk the streets with my kids, they know how protective I am with them. You know what I mean? Like my spidey sense goes off, and I'm the same with my wife. And you know, I told my wife walking home, I said, when you talk to the girls, and the girls both say that they're heterosexual and they want to be with men, all right? I mean, Serena is always crazy about Lamine Yamal, and then who's this guy who plays for Madrid? Who's the English guy that plays for Madrid? I can't remember his fucking name. Somebody tell me the English guy that plays for Madrid, not the right back from Liverpool. The guy who came from Dortmund. Nobody knows fucking anything. You all are fucking stupid. If I ask you who won the Super Bowl, also you don't know. That also I know. Who's a fucking guy plays for Madrid who came from Dortmund, the English guy? Fucking stupid fuckers everywhere. How the fuck you don't know this guy? Fuck. But they're both black guys, right? You know what I mean? And stuff. It doesn't bother me. At least, you know, her hormones are kicking and stuff. And, you know, I told her, I told my wife, you know what I mean? Because Serena doesn't talk to me and stuff. I said, you better tell the girls that they need to find a guy like me, you know what I mean? Like, that's going to protect them, right? I'm not saying women are weak. So you go and twist, whatever words of mine you want to twist them. I know the era that we live in, you know what I mean? This, you fucker, young people, woke people, white people, fucking cunts, word twisters, okay? Go fuck yourselves. But I want my daughters to find a guy that will be protective of them, okay? That, you know, will put them first and be protective of them. And the second thing I've told my daughters, primarily sorry, I don't know if I've said this to Siri, is that, look, you can't be trapped by a man, right? My wife is super dependent on me, all right? But I told her to leave work, and she accepted this role. Now, would a 2-income family be better? Fuck yeah. Way less burden on me. Way less burden on me, right? But as a man, am I happy that I'm supporting my wife? Yeah, and I'm proud of myself, okay? But at the end of the day, right, you know, if Saloni wants to do something big, she's got to run it by me and stuff, right? I'm not going to get too much into that, but yeah, I've told Sarah on a number of occasions, I said, baby, you need to be successful, okay? You need to have your own foundation. Because once you go into a relationship with a man, you can't be hamstrung, especially if you have children and stuff, right? You cannot be dependent on the guy, right? So what I'm telling you is, as a father for daughters, right, I need to make so much fucking cash, okay? Not to just pay for the wedding, but to make sure that they have their own foundation. Then they're not dependent on any cunt of a man that's out there, okay? And for my son, I've told him, you have to work very hard as well. Because if you have children, if you have a wife, you're probably going to be the sole breadwinner, right? Our family traditionally doesn't have women working. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, right? If Saloni went back to work now, we've had this conversation so many times, right? I have no problems about going back to work. But I say to her, what can you bring in? You can bring in 2,500 US a month. Okay, you can bring in 3,000 US a month. Can you really? Can you bring in 4,000 US a month? Okay, what does this add to us? What is 4,000 US a month? Fucking cannot be anything. It's nothing. You know what I mean? Her credit card bill is 40,000 US a month. Okay, my monthly expenses to run my household all in is 70,000 US a month. 70,000 US a month goes down the drain. Okay. Maybe more, you know, the school fees and stuff, right? I said, what will you do with the 3,000 or 4,000 euros? It doesn't add. It's better you be free. You take care of the children, you take care of the house, you take care of yourself, you have fun, right? If you can bring in big bucks, then great. So this is what I tell Saru. I say, you got to make big bucks in life. You know what I mean? I'll answer all the questions at the end of the live stream. You stay till the end, please. No use to drop out, because all of this is incredible stuff that I'm telling you. You know, sorry, you need to make good money. You need to be somebody, right? Rian, you need to make good money. How are you going to take care of your wife and kids? How are you going to give them the life that your father's given you? Sorry, you have to marry a man who's able to give you a life and your children a life your father's given you. And this is one of the lines that I spoke to so many universities in my younger days, right? And I've told you guys about this before, and I've stopped saying this. Now it's an anecdote in a different ways, right? I always said that I only hope, I want my ceiling. Can I reach the ceiling? I'm setting a ceiling for myself. This is my younger days. That I can at least, I wasn't even married when I used to say this. I want to be able to give my wife and kids the life my father gave me. Okay, these are the days before, you know, I used to pray to God and stuff. I was like, shit, I shouldn't have made that my ceiling. Because I need more. You know what I mean? Because that ceiling is fucking expensive. I need way fucking more. I need more and I need more and more. I need to grind like a boss, and I'm in a situation where business is not like it was 2019 and before. It just sucks. It fucking sucks. You know what I mean? But Hong Kong is an amazing place. You have to visit. And when you visit, come and buy a suit from me. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you all the greatest places to go. Now, last week, I came in with a bunch of notes to talk about, right? So, I never get through my pages of notes, ever. But actually, literally when I was getting dressed, I was out of the shower, I asked Rian and Saloni, print out just Karma's form. And we made last week's monologue, all about Karma, right? His launch, his Rocky Balboa story, and his poor comeback. And what I want to say is that I think you guys were so intrigued. Why would dinner be on me? I mean, again, this is not a classy thing to say, right? I honestly believe, right, that all of you that were watching last week, after the emotional, enjoyable, endearing, fun, exciting story that I told you about his journey, all of you wish for him to win. Now, the races was painful last week because he was in the last race. It's painful waiting for that long, okay? Because they insist that you come by a certain time if you want a table. I need a table because I have my kids with me. And then you stuck there for so long. You know what I mean? If the 3 kids were above 18 and the race is at 5:50, okay, we've got to be there before 1:30. It's painful, okay? You know, I'm not a gambler and stuff. I enjoy watching the horses race, and they race every 30 minutes, but it's painful in between each of those 30 minutes till it gets to our time. When it gets to our time, it's wow. And I've shown you guys all this, and we talked about all this. But I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. I mean it. I really want to thank you from the bottom of everything, because I think all your good vibes that day. Kamra had a brand new jockey on him, fucking guy who's never even ever mounted him. He mounted him just to run that race. Okay? Alright? I don't think he's ever run that distance before. If he has, maybe he's run it once. Alright? Remember, he's on his comeback after 8 months out. But he ran the most incredible race. You must watch the race. Go to the Jockey Club website, watch the race. I put tidbits of it on my Insta. You must watch the race. The way the bastard came from the back, so far back, and flew, and he lost a photo finish for first place. So I came second. All right, it was an incredible race. I was going nuts and stuff, and we had to wait and wait and wait while the judges, the stewards, looked at the photos and stuff. And I came second. And this is the 3rd time I've lost a race on the photo finish. So my 3 seconds, if you look at Karma's records, he's got 5 wins, got 3 seconds now. They're all photo finish losses. It was crazy, but it was such an incredible race and put me in such a good mood. And, you know, the thing about Karma and the thing about Sindhi people in Hong Kong, you know, mostly Chinese-owned horses, few whites, few Indians and stuff. You think that look at my shirt. This is India. I don't even live in India, okay? You think that the large Sindhi community here would support my horse. But they're so jealous that I've won 5 times. They're so dirty, these people. They vote against my horse. They beg against my horse, everything. They never congratulate me for wins. I don't need that, right? But the negative energy that the whole Sindhi community of bastards put out against my horse, you can feel it. It's so thick, okay? My wife feels it. She knows it. My dad feels it. He knows it. The staff here who are not Sindhi, the Nepalese and the Punjabi staff here, they feel it as well. They can feel the hate. It's so thick and stuff. So I'm really grateful to you guys, all my fans. I'm really grateful to everyone who watched the live stream last week, because I know it was your power, your prayers, your hope, your pushing, your cheering that pushed Karma to an incredible 2nd place, putting him back in the frame after long injury and a shitty reintegration. So thank you so fucking much. But it's just despicable. People here in my own community hate my success, hate the fact that I work with celebrities, hate the fact that I do work for the government, hate the fact that I have a 6-pack, hate the fact that I'm invited everywhere, you know what I mean? Hate the fact that I know everyone wherever I go and stuff. You know what I mean? Hate the fact that my Instagram videos, you know, hit high and stuff, right? They hate it, you know what I mean? These are the Sindhis in Hong Kong, they're disgusting, you know what I mean? That's why I've just, you know, broken away from them so much. All right, so now did I share this with you? So I've got another invitation now from the government, Monday, February 28th. I'm pretty sure I shared this with you. And I have to go meet John Lee at a reception on the 23rd, the spring reception. Now, for the first time, they gave me this card. And with the notes, they said, you now must stand in this place. But there was no key, so I didn't know which place I'm standing in, right? I had no fucking clue. So I don't know. So a couple of days later, I said, you know, fuck it, let me write to the Home Affairs Department. Home Affairs Department is like a State Department. It's like your Home Office of the United Kingdom, State Department of the United States. So I wrote to the Home Affairs Department and said, I really don't know where I'm supposed to stand. And they said, dear Roshan, you realize who you are. This is the government. You're going to be standing right here. I mean, I thought it was fucking incredible. And that's why I say service, meritocracy is what I believe in, right? I believe in nepotism and meritocracy. I believe in nepotism strongly, and I believe in meritocracy strongly, okay? I don't believe in financial aid. I don't believe in scholarships. I'll tell you why about the scholarship if I have to, you know? I don't believe in financial aid and stuff. And so forth. That doesn't mean I don't believe in financial aid. I don't believe it should be wiped out. No. Yes, you should take loans to study if you can take them. Great. Stop bitching about them. Okay? And then pay them off when you're done. Don't ask the government to wipe them out. Scholarships, they should not just be for the poor. That's not fair. That's not fair. You know what I mean? I've got Serena who did 10 GCSEs just like I did. And she got 10 A's, 7 of them they're A stars, right? But they only want to give poor people these scholarships and stuff. So I don't think that stuff is fair. People shit on me for that, and you can shit on me again. I don't care. That's where I stand. I believe in nepotism, and I believe in meritocracy. Let's talk about the nepotism part yet again. Look, why wouldn't I do anything and everything to power forward like the big bad wolf for my children? And if other people can do that as well, great. Now listen, if people put their children into certain positions, okay, and you want to accuse that they're denying other people who deserve those positions, I don't give a fuck, honestly, okay? Because once the person, even through nepotism, is in that position, if they fail, they're going to be sound out and they're gone. Okay? If they fail, they're going to be sound and gone. But if they succeed, great. They succeeded because of a few things. One, they're brilliant. Two, they've got the right DNA. And three, they've got the support of the family, the predecessor that put them into that position in the first place. Now, I'm also a fan of meritocracy, right? I believe you work your way up, work your way up, work your way up. I keep getting told by the friend who shed me the same line for years. Doesn't matter, Roshan, how much you work, others work harder. You know, look at the domestic helpers, you know what I mean? Look at street cleaners, this, that, that. So listen, you make your own luck in life, okay? I passed the same guy yesterday who was playing a flute, some big flute, beautiful song. Completely he's blind one side and his face is blown up. First I give him $10 when I'm going to dinner. And then when I'm coming back, I see him again in a different spot. I give him $100, the same guy, okay? And stuff, and I've told you guys always before, if you have no hands, no feet, they say, you can speak English, you can go anywhere and teach people English. You can come to South Korea, you can come China, Myanmar, Hong Kong, anywhere, Japan, they'll pay you good, all right? So don't buy into this bullshit. Where there's a will, there's a way, always, all right? People can work, people can earn, no matter what position that you're in, okay? And that's that. And so, I don't know, when I say don't believe in financial aid, I don't believe it should be written off, right? I'm a big supporter of your banks. It should come from banks. It shouldn't come from foundations that money's been donated to by other people and then just hands out to fucking poor people. I don't like that shit. You get what I'm saying? The government should instruct banks everywhere. All governments should be instruct banks everywhere that they have to, as part of their license, give out low-cost student loans, okay? But it's imperative that those people, once they graduate, pay that stuff back, okay? Can't be just wiped out like President Biden did for a bunch of people, right? Like, no, that's fucked up shit, okay? And scholarships should be available to everybody, the rich and poor. Like, what's the point? You know what I mean? I don't get this shit. We fucking don't get this shit. I don't get why fucking people get so worked up about this stuff. So, you know, you work hard, you move forward. So this year I got Happy Chinese New Year from different branches of the government. I got Happy Chinese New Year from Chinese New Year now, right? From our former Chief Executive, Donald Trump. And I got Happy Chinese New Year from the US Consulate General in Hong Kong. That was the first, okay? So the harder you work, the more you move up. And if you tell me I'm cheesy because I'm celebrating getting Happy Chinese New Year emails from 2 branches, or 3 branches, I think it was this time. 3 branches of the Hong Kong government, a former Hong Kong chief executive, and the United States Consul General. If you think that it's cheesy, stupid, dumb, not good, what's the big deal? I think you're cheesy, stupid, dumb. I think you're the asshole, you're the hater, you're the dumb fuck, you're the fucking asshole, okay? Because it's great to be recognized, and you can only be recognized by hard work, and you can also be recognized by nepotism. But not all of us are President Trump's sons, okay, who have secret security and the golden carpet is rolled out for them because they're President Trump's sons, okay, right? But for me to get, three different Happy Chinese New Year emails from 3 different branches of the Hong Kong government, and Happy Chinese New Year email from a former chief executive, and a Happy Chinese New Year from the U.S. Consulate General of Hong Kong, okay? Where the fuck they get my email at? Right? It means a lot to me. And it's to Roshan. It's not to Sam Saylor. It's not just dear sir. It's not Happy Chinese Year. It's dear Roshan. Okay? And that comes from hard work. And Hong Kong rewards meritocracy. Hong Kong is a free market. And Hong Kong it also accepts nepotism. Now, one of the things I didn't share with you yet is look at this. This is from the Speaker of the House, Speaker of the Senate, okay? This is from the highest ranking senator in the Philippines. Okay, this is what he sent me. If you haven't seen it, it's on my every platform. I made him this tail suit. And he is the only foreigner ever, only non-Japanese person ever to receive this award from the Emperor of Japan, the highest award that you can get. This highest award ever that the Emperor of Japan can hand out is only ever been given to Japanese people. He's the first non-Japanese. He's my friend. He's a senator. He's wearing my outfit. And he wrote me this great message. And he made me this. I didn't make this fucking frame. Okay? I didn't make this frame. One of his lackeys, right? I say that in a good way. I call him lackey because the dick he didn't buy a suit from me. I would call him a staff if he had bought a suit from me. So much of his staff bought him a suit from me. If this fucker comes in to present, he doesn't fucking buy a suit from me. I said, what the fuck? You can afford a suit. You have to wear a suit to work. Buy a suit from me. Dick didn't want to buy a suit from me. And it pissed me off. Really did. Look, at least I'm very, very honest. Okay? So that's Miggs getting the award from the Emperor. And this is from with him and his wife. And he's wearing the morning suit that I made him. Okay? And you've seen this all. These videos are all there. This is what I tell you. I'm the most transparent guy on the internet. I give you insights into everything. There's nobody like me across this board, across this perspective. I'm going to try and read his handwriting. Dear Manu and Roshan, January 19th. Okay, that's Rian's birthday. So my father's name is Manu. My sincere thanks for the excellent crafting of my white tie. So I made him tail suit white tie. Right? If you go get Nobel Prize, you have to wear white tie. For my white tie suit, for the conferment of the Order of the Rising Sun. You got the Order of the Rising Sun from the Emperor of Japan, the first foreigner ever to get it, by His Majesty the Emperor of Japan. Again, my deepest thanks, Senator Miguel Zubiri. I mean, I love this shit, okay? He didn't have to do this. He's a paying client. I didn't give him the suit for free. But that's how good he thinks he looks. Okay? And that's how much he valued me. Okay? And this is the category of my clientele. You know what I mean? High-ranking, wealthy, classy people globally. Okay? High-ranking, wealthy, classy people globally. Okay? Is the type of clientele that I have. Should check the time. In 53 minutes, I'll set the hour. I told you about fake Mink buying a cameo from me, didn't I? And putting in on his stories. And now that we're chatting, I think we talked about this. Let's take this off the list. Fuckers here, don't need pens. They steal all my pens. So we made it to episode 36 today, which I think is brilliant. Okay? We talked about fake Mink last time. It's a kid from HKUST who called me up. He's bought a suit from me. And he asked me if I could be his mentor. And I said, listen, you can reach out to me anytime. And he'll ask me about work-school balance and this company that he was working with and stuff. And I told him that, education has to come first unless you know that this is a cash cow. And I also told him, I said that if this is tech, if you're not part of the tech, you're going to be cut out. That's the story. Zuckerberg's done it. Gates has done it. I said, if you're not on the tech side, you're not going to stand a chance. It's better you go all in on your education. But this kid is like 21, 22 years old, and he reaches out to me because he sees my persona on Instagram and wonders if I would be willing to mentor him. So I said, I agree to do it, but don't just take my opinion on everything, because only my opinion. You take, you have to, look at everything before you make your decision. Now, in all my speeches, when I first started talking to students in 2005, right, whether they're high school students, majority are university students in the United States, both graduate and undergraduate, university students in Hong Kong, graduate and undergraduate, university students in London, graduate and undergraduate. I always say that entrepreneurship and work, entrepreneurship is there. You can join entrepreneurship at any time. Don't join it straight out of school, and don't study it at school. Study something in school that gives you a great skill set, and then join a dark empire company like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, McKinsey, Deloitte and stuff, and have them burn you out. That's the best thing to do. Entrepreneurship can come later. You've got plenty of time for it. And that's pretty much it. If you're thinking about entrepreneurship now, if you're not if you're not holding the cow, if you're just on the periphery, you know what I mean? You need to get the fuck out. And stuff's not going to work for you, right? The story of Bill Gates, the story of Mark Zuckerberg proves all of that. So anyways, I have been invited again to come and make a celebrity appearance. Last time a show was built around me. I gave a fireside chat at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. And this time, I'm not going to be giving a talk. I'm going to be doing a lot of interactive stuff. I don't know what it is, because I don't want to hear scripts, and I don't want to hear fucking schedule. I don't want to hear anything. I'm happy to be there, and I'm happy to be this hero to them. And these are university students. So when they say bro fell off, I mean, you guys are fucking stupid. The people who say bro fell off are a bunch of fucking cunts. My horse don't fall off. I don't fall off. My charm, my lure, and my pull with young people doesn't fall off at all. Okay? So you'll get footage of this, and you'll see once again that I'll be invited by the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology to be a superstar for them. I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to finish on this. Okay? I'm going to read you something. And I'm going to then talk about it, and then we're done. I'm going to answer questions, okay? So a few weeks ago, I thought to myself, shit, people don't age well because they don't look after themselves, okay? People don't age well because they don't look after themselves, all right? I bumped into a woman that I had been with twice, okay? I think in the year, it could have been 2000 or 2001, and she was fucking hot, and I didn't mind having a relationship with her, but it was just 2 hookups. And I later on found she was with a guy, a friend of mine. He's actually bought suits from me now. He's married to someone else now. And she was just hooking up. We hooked up with her in a club, or we wanted to, and it happened. And I hooked up with her in a stadium during a big game festival. And she looked so fucking shit. God damn it. I mean, I don't know how she was so beautiful before. And she looks like dog shit now. You know what I mean? Like everything, her teeth, her face, her body, her clothes, the way she was dressed. Her husband is a white guy, you know what I mean? I don't even know what the fuck. And he looks like a dog. But he's a tough guy, huh? He fucking does martial arts and stuff. And they're not big earners, they're like teachers. What are you going to do as a teacher? You're fucked. You have no money. And she comes from a wealthy family. And, I said, thank God I didn't end up with her. Now, who knows if I married this girl at that time, right? Coming from a wealthy family and stuff, whatever, it could be different. But her value set was to marry an English guy with no future whatsoever. So what do they have now? I don't even understand. And she looks like shit, and she dresses like shit. No Indian woman would leave her house looking like that, right? I couldn't believe it. There's another girl that I see a lot that I hooked up with once. And very, very, very beautiful, tall, blonde girl, so fucking gorgeous, long legs, gorgeous in every ways, all right? And then a few years ago, I started to see her as a mother of other kid that played cricket, Roshan. So she'd be at every game, and she's so fat and fucked up, and the clothes are so ugly. What happened to the girl in sexy black dresses every Friday, Saturday night when I bumped into her, okay? What happened to that girl? Why is she not looked after herself? You have to look after yourself, you know what I mean? God can either gift you with beauty, right? Or God doesn't gift you with beauty. But I'm telling you this, okay? And I'm telling you why you are stupid and I am not, okay? Makeup sales are gigantic, billions of dollars industry, billions, trillions, okay? And they're everywhere, okay? Hair product, everywhere. Now men's grooming, everywhere. These are massive industries for a reason. Because whether you're handsome and beautiful or you're not handsome and beautiful, all right? People make an effort to dress up, put makeup on, be groomed, hair, you know, Beyonce, whoever the fuck the people are now, Nicki Minaj, who's these the low people? When I say low people, I don't mean low, I mean all the younger ones I don't know. Taylor Swift, Kim Kardashian, they have a team of people doing their makeup, doing their hair, doing everything. So you can shit on the groomed and you can defend non-grooming, but you're in the minority, okay? You can shit on the groomed and you can defend the non-grooming. You walk around like an asshole, you are in the fucking minority, okay? Because makeup is a $1 trillion global industry. Hair product is a $1 trillion global industry, you know what I mean? Treatments, supplements, personal training, health, these are $1 trillion industries, okay? As you grow older, of course, you must groom yourself, you must look good, you must be handsome, you must be beautiful. You can't age away like a rotten piece of shit. So don't you ever defend that, okay? Don't you ever defend the nonsense. Dressing down, showing your fucking ugly toes to people, wearing garbage clothes and stuff, whatever. You live in your own caveman world. You should be, you know, like there's that one movie, Sylvester Stallone, I think Sandra Bullock, and he gets broken out of ice. I don't know if it's called Judge Dredd or I don't know what it was called. He gets broken out of ice to put down, it was Dennis Rodman or something? And they're not even fucking in those days, right? They're just putting these headsets on. But the problem is that there's this community and they're putting the low people under the ground. Demolition Man, amazing movie, right? I'm not saying that we should be putting people underground, okay? I'm telling you, my view is that those people are putting themselves underground, all right? I say it again. I'm not saying that we should put these people who don't respect makeup and grooming and shit on hair products and all that stuff and don't care and age away disgustingly. I'm not saying that we should be putting them in the ground. I'm saying they are putting themselves in the ground. They are in the minority. They're the loudest voices, the loudest barkers, anti-makeup, anti-self-preservation, anti-treatments, anti-skin creams, anti-perfume, anti-hair product, anti-this, anti-that, 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 okay? But they're in the minority. Makeup self-preservation industry is huge. It is global. It is booming, okay? And if you're not buying into it, if you're not working hard, if you're not eating right, if you're not dieting, if you're not exercising, if you're not grooming yourself, you are in the minority and you are putting yourself in the ground, in the gutter, and you have the loudest voice shouting. I think I'm going to end on that. I'll take your questions. That's 63 minutes, okay? So questions, and if there's no questions, I will go, honestly. I'm not going to waste my time. So there's enough of you out there that even if half of you ask a quick fire rapid question, we can have a sustainable conversation. And if nobody asks a question, I shall go. How many of my clients are director level at JP Morgan and at other top investment banks? Plenty. I don't have an exact number for you, but plenty. But we'll always tell you that. I will also tell you that many more of my clients are at lower levels of all investment banks. So many young people come and buy a suit from me. So many young people come and buy a suit from me because I don't cost like Tom Ford. Now, people want to try things in life. So when they make that kind of money, they want to go to Tom Ford and buy a $10,000 suit. But they will come back to me after they've experienced that and stuff. So yes, I have many, many clients that are director level at JP Morgan and other top investment banks, okay? But I have many, many more clients This is both now and historically, that are much lower level, junior level, who come to me because I make amazing suits, better than the $10,000 suits that you can get at Tom Ford, and no disrespect to Tom Ford. No disrespect to Tom Ford at all. But I can make it better for much cheaper, and I've proven it. I've done videos on it. Why did I not reveal the girl's act? I never reveal anybody's act. So you're talking nonsense? This is immature. I mean, it's a very, very immature question. Most memorable experience when it came to growing my business, I tell you honestly, the way I switched to virtual tailoring, the way I became the TikTok tailor, when China shut down, 1 month of zero business, whole world around is falling apart because of COVID. That has to be my greatest thing that I've done. The greatest thing I've done. And now my clients everywhere, because I'm so transparent, they just globally trust me. And what did I do? I didn't hire McKinsey. I didn't hire BCG. I just put myself on the line. You know what I mean? And I built everything about me. And now I'm a cultural phenomenon. Tom Ford is great value. Great suits, great value, but the value I offer is better, of course. I don't play any sports anymore. I just do calisthenics, okay? I don't play any sports anymore. I just do calisthenics, and that's pretty much it. Now, what sports did I play? I played a lot of soccer, and I played a lot of tennis. I also played a lot of badminton at one stage in my life, okay? And I used to swim a lot as well before. Opinions on Man City? I mean, just, you know, I want a different story, right? And I don't want the story to be Arsenal. Of course, I want the story to be Liverpool, right? But I'm okay with that as well. You mean? And I don't want the story to be Chelsea again. I'd rather the story be Spurs. I'd rather the story be Newcastle. I don't want the story to be Man U. I'd rather the story be Bournemouth, right? I'd rather the story be Brentford. I'd rather the story be Brighton. I'd rather the story be Forest. I'd rather the story be Palace. Do you understand where I'm coming from, right? You know what I mean? I have no opinion on them. I want a new story. It's the same shit all the time. You know what I mean? It's the same shit all the time. I mean, how can you not be fed up of it, right? I mean, who cares that Man U are back in the chase? Who cares that Chelsea back in the chase? Who cares that Liverpool are dropping? You know what I mean? I care that, you know, Spurs are fucked and Newcastle fucked. I want to see something from them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you ask me my thoughts on Man City, I'm giving you the best answer, the most original answer. Nobody's giving you that answer. This is what you want to clip. This is what you want to clip and put out, right? What you know what I mean? What are my thoughts on Man City? I don't care. I want new thoughts. You know what I mean? I want Spurs in the picture, Newcastle in the picture, Bournemouth in the picture, Brighton in the picture, Forest in the picture, Palace in the picture, Leeds. Fuck yeah, I put Leeds in the picture. Okay? I liked it when West Ham, you know, had that amazing side of all future England internationals came sixth. I like it that West Ham won the conference, UEFA conference thing. It doesn't mean I like West Ham. No, I don't. But it was a great story. I have no dreams that I've pursued. I'm living the dream. Okay, so this is the difference, right? I want to live a dream. Okay, I want to live a dream life. I'm going to show you a suite very soon. I'm not spoil the surprise. I want to live a dream life. Okay, so there's no pursuing it, right? I'm just in constant grind mode for the dream. My mindset is that attack. My mindset attack. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I have no value for mental health issues. What, you're taking a break from life and you want sympathy for it and you want to be paid? Mental health issues. You're taking a break from life because you can't handle life. You want sympathy for it, okay? And you want to be paid for it. Huh? Fuckers, there are people fucking, they don't have organs. They don't have fucking limbs. They don't have fucking eyes. They don't have digits. And you're telling me you want to take a break from life because of your mental health? You want sympathy for it and you want to be paid for it. Clip this and send it to everybody. You weak ass fucking cunt fucks. I will never believe in mental health issues. It is garbage. I'll say it again. You want to take a break from life? You want sympathy for it and you want to get paid for it. When others don't have hands, they don't have feet, they don't have fingers, they don't have eyes, they don't have organs. You must be fucking joking, okay? Give me a fucking break here, man. Okay? My mindset for my dream is I want to live the dream every fucking day. I stand out from everybody else always. I've told you how I stand out. There can only be one hero, right? Okay? There can be many villains. I'll be the villain. I don't lie. I don't steal. I don't rape. I don't plunder. Okay? I don't gamble. I don't drink. I don't do drugs and stuff. but I'll be the bad boy to stand out. If they won't anoint me the good boy, if the jealous bastards all over the world, especially locally, will not anoint me the good boy and give me the platform that I deserve, then I will claim my own platform. Okay? And that's what I've done. I took my father's foundation, what do people say, the set, but what? I could have called my Instagram account Roshan Sailor. I could have called it Roshan's a dick. I could have called it Roshan the cunt. I could have called it Roshan the fuckface. Okay? I gave my father respect by building all these accounts in his name out of respect to him. Okay? Everywhere I go, people say, hey, Sam's there, hey, Sam's there, hey, Sam's there. Everyone comes to shop, hi, Sam, hi, Sam, hi, Sam. I said, that's Sam. Okay? He gets irked. All right? We've talked about my father many times. You know I love him very much. Okay? But of course, he irks me all the time. He's always on my fucking case. All right? I've told this to my kids. I could have called it Roshan the cunt. All my accounts. And wherever we walk in the world, everyone say, hey, Roshan the cunt. This is not about the foundation. All right? It's two separate things. And whatever I earn, I give to my father. I don't take pocket anything for myself. My father told me a great story. He said when he first used to go to London, when he first used to go to the United States, when he first used to go to Australia for business, for mail order, he would bring shoebox. You know what is a shoebox? Not a tissue box, but like a shoebox. You know what is a shoebox? Anybody know the fucking shoebox? People fucking stupid. He used to bring shoebox full of cash. Shoebox full of cash for goods that he sold. And he used to give it to my grandfather. He calls his grandfather daddy. He called his father daddy, and I called my grandfather daddy. Okay? And he used to say, daddy here, daddy here, daddy here, daddy here. Papa! Papa! Papa!
Yeah, come in. What's wrong?
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You want to come in the camera?
No.
Okay, do you remember what you taught me?
Yeah.
You used to go mail order trips, right? 1980s,
Yeah.
right? You used to bring cash in shoebox.
Yeah.
And you used to give to daddy, right?
Yeah.
You used to say daddy here, right? Can you believe I remember this stuff?
Yeah.
At my age?
Yeah.
So that's my belief, right?
Yeah.
All the mail order I did,
Yeah.
every day I used to take the cash and say, Papa here.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
That's the type of guy that I am. I don't care. What the fuck? What? I earned it. Doesn't mean I'm going to spend this, that. I have responsibility. I give the cash to my father. Every dollar is Papa here. You know what I mean? That's what you call class. That's what you call heritage. You know what I'm saying? That's what you call class. That's what you call heritage. All right? You say, what the fuck you want about me? Doesn't matter. You come after me, I'll fuck you. You come after my wife, my kids, anything, I'll fuck you up. I'm the big brother. You don't know. Don't think that I'm fucking barking on a screen. I'm no keyboard warrior. I'm the fucking warrior. You want to know why bitches globally fuck me always? You want to know why bitches globally fuck me always? Why I've had sex with gorgeous babes around the world my entire fucking life since I was 16 years old? That's 33 years. It's because I'm a fucking warrior, because I'm brave, because I'm a grinder. You know what I mean? Because I have an old school value set, because I'm a gentleman, because I'm a romanticist. Okay? Because I protect women. Because I'm protective. You know what I mean? Because I pay bills. That's how I am. Don't fucking tell me fucking bullshit. And don't ever fucking tell me bro fell off. This, at my age, listen, I've been huge. You tell me, I've been huge. 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. The 7 years I'm huge. I'm not counting this year. Okay? I'm relevant 7 years globally. Okay? Where does that put me? How long has Bad Bunny been around? No disrespect to Bad Bunny. Just don't ever say bro fell off. What keeps me here? What keeps me on top is my value set. Old, traditional, fucking value set. It's not old, traditional Indian. People came to the United States and built everything. It was their value set. The core Tories of London, of England, that's their value set. If you have a question, this is your last chance. And if you have no question, I'm going to go. But I promise you have a question, I'll take it. I fight the hate. I do not ignore the hate. I put the haters in their fucking place. I remind them that they are fameless, penniless, nameless fucking beggars. I work 99 hours a week at least. Opinion on long hair, and guys, go for it, man. Go be handsome. Look, you can, anybody, men, women, any age, any country, any nation, you just fucking come and buy a suit from me. You get treated like fucking royalty here. All right? You can't get it cheaper than me anywhere. You can't get it faster than me anywhere. And that's that. All of you come and buy a suit from me. My biggest motivation and challenge, I told you, was what happened when China shut down during COVID, right? I've explained this many times, and I reinvented myself. I created a persona. I started live streaming, and I created a live streaming business before anybody was doing a live streaming business, a real life live streaming business. I created an online character that make people scurry to me around the world, that make people want a selfie from me everywhere I walk, right? The biggest challenge was my own government. People say you can't criticize the government. Who said you can't criticize the government? You cannot get people together, create insubordinates. That's when China will shut you down, okay? But if I say that, the Chinese government did something was so fucking stupid during COVID, here I'm saying it live, okay? The Hong Kong government, Chinese government was stupid during COVID. They had their thing, okay, stopping people from dying. How do I argue with that? I've talked about this so many times. Their thing is that we had no debts. How many debts the United States have, Italy have, UK have, and stuff. I'll tell you about the book thing in a second. But how to argue with that? We had no debts. But my business, my savings, my life savings was decimated because they did not give us a pathway to opening. I've said this so many times. Every 2 weeks, stupid government, stupid Chinese government, stupid Hong Kong government says 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks, 2 more. I could have closed Sam Sailors then. I could have rented out my properties, stayed out of business for 3 years instead of paying staff everywhere, enjoyed my life for 3 years, just done online sales from home. That's still income. Not have to pay employees or any of this stuff. Properties rent out rather than using them for work that's not being done. Okay? And then come back. But instead, I've come back in a different way, in a huge way, this global way, right? But my 20 years of savings was decimated. Keeping the business open for those 3 years. My suits are 1,000 sterling. You must all come buy a suit from me, seriously. So I want a ghostwriter. I want a company. So a company made me a proposal to ghostwrite a book for me. They wanted me to pay them $75,000 US. I said, are you fucking stupid? So if you know a company publisher who would put this face, who will not buy this face, the story of Roshan, okay? The ghostwriter writes the book. I'm there for the ghostwriter all the time. The company publishes the book and we share the sales, okay? Put me in touch with someone like that. Buddy, you can buy a suit from me right now from wherever you are. I am the world's original virtual tailor. Okay, so nobody is saying anything on YouTube. TikTok, you keep your comments coming. I'll answer. So I'm going to shut down the YouTube now. TikTok, you're also not saying anything. All the stuff is coming primarily from Instagram. Mountaineering, no, but I've run a lot of races in the mountain. Today's monologue was great, Daniel. Thank you so much. I appreciate all your help and support. I mean it. I think, we've done 78 minutes now. It's time for me to go. I'm going to say bye and thank you to TikTok. I really appreciate you guys. For all of you, follow me on Instagram, please. Insta, you are my love. I appreciate you very much. Do you have any last questions before I go? Okay, thank you. God bless you. I appreciate all of you. If you missed the live, this is a great live. Pay attention, watch it. It'll be worth your time. God bless you all.